whether or not TranzAct Card is a pyramid scheme. And there's a lot of people that are confused in the comments about what a pyramid scheme actually is. So I thought I would do some research, take you on this rabbit hole with me, and maybe we could answer those questions. We will start with Wikipedia's definition of a pyramid scheme, which is a business model that recruits members via a promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme, rather than supplying investments or sale of products. And then we have a pyramid with a 6x6 model, which is where you get 6 people to teach 6 people to teach 6 people and so on. And exponentially, if that is done successfully, after 13 levels of recruitment, you will literally run out of people on Earth. So those two things are Mauska tools that we will use later. The exponential growth of a pyramid and the fact that a pyramid scheme focuses on recruitment and not tangible sales. So here's something I found. It's a match bonus for different ranks, but it shows us the ranks. You have manager, senior manager, vice president, senior vice president, and then president. And the place that everybody starts when you pay your $495 fee, digital branch office or a DBO. This is doublespeak for rep. And your role as a DBO is to get 3 card members underneath you. And those are TranzAct Card members or TCMs. To reiterate, to become a DBO, it is $495, and to just become a card member, it's $25. Now, on the off chance that one of the people you talk to decides to become a DBO and not just a TCM, you can start to build your team this way. You know what? This is just easier. So down here, you have 3 DBOs, and when that happens, you become a digital branch manager. You did it! Any questions so far? Yes, you in the back. Question. Is the only way to become senior manager is to get DBOs. What if I had like 50 TCMs? I have no idea. Let's head to the comments. No, you must have 3 personally sponsored DBOs and all 3 of them need to reach manager. You need 3 managers in 3 separate legs. That's the only way. You can do that with 3 DBOs or DBOs who get 20 TCMs and become a manager also. So from everything I understand, you must be a manager with 3 DBOs. Then somebody in each of those legs must become manager. Now this does not mean the 3 that you personally sponsored each have to become manager. They could each only get 1 DBO and that person could become manager and you could still be senior manager. This can happen anywhere in each of those legs, but you have to have it in 3 separate legs. Thank you for keeping it simple. So based on the words of actual DBOs and not me, this seems to be what they're talking about. Again, their words, my conclusion. But let's hear from somebody else's words too.
What's going to happen here is you're going to need to make sure that all 3 of your DBOs that are underneath you have at least 3 DBOs underneath them. Then they're going to become a manager. They're going to do that one more time here, and they're going to do that one more time right over here. Okay? Now, once you have 3 managers underneath you, you'll then become a senior manager. With vice president, you're going to make sure that you got to have 3 senior managers underneath you. That means 3 people have to be senior managers direct underneath you. Okay, 3 of your directs need to become senior managers. Go over how to get to the next one, which is senior vice president. Okay, what happens is you got to get 6 total vice presidents underneath you. So remember right here, to become a vice president, you have to have 3 senior managers underneath you. Well, now you have to have 6 direct signups at the senior vice president mark.
I was curious why those graphics didn't show more of the organization, so I made my own. Let's see if we can figure this out together. This is Deborah, the DBO. And to become Mike, the manager, you need 3 Deborahs. But if you're the kind of Mike that's more of a salesman and less of a recruiter, you can also get 20 TCMs underneath you. So you can either sell $500 in discount debit cards or $1,485 worth of opportunities. So how do you become senior manager Sally? Well, you need 3 manager Mikes underneath you. And to become Vince, the vice president, you need 3 Sallys, 9 Mikes, and 27 Deborahs. Which begs the question, do you even know 27 Deborahs? Don't worry about those kind of questions. Moving on. In the video, they talk about becoming Senior Vice President Samantha, but they don't show you what that organization looks like. This is a 6 Vince organization. And to become president, well, you need 9 Vinces to become president. But let's not forget that this is a story about Deborah. So I zoomed all the way in so you could see the last Deborah's in right here. This is a pretty big Buford if you ask me. And since TranzAct Card launched a week ago, and they're clearly not a scam and all about selling the products and not recruiting, we wouldn't expect to see a president already, would we? If you guessed, nah, you must be new here. This one here is for everyone that's been at the top or thought we're on the way to the top, only to get kicked down over and over and over, but kept fighting for their dreams to make it back to the top. Only this time, I've got a whole bunch of amazing servant leaders, like real leaders with me, and we are bringing more people with us to the top than ever before. Love you all. Oh yeah, we don't even officially launch for 12 more days. So those people have an organization that looks like this 2 weeks before this card even launched. Question in the back. I have a question. How do you sign people up without working the system? Do you just sign them up for future promise? Can someone get this lady a cookie? Can you go sit over there? I signed up on Thursday because I fell in love with the concept, and the person who introduced me is dear to my heart and very reputable. Next thing I know, there is no working card. Wait, what? Wait, there's no working card? When the original bank had a lot of errors, they negotiated with a new bank, and cards will be mailed on November 13th. Cards are not being mailed until after the launch on November 13th. I haven't got mine since I applied for it either in August. None of us have cards at the moment. That's why we're all getting 500 Z-Bucks a week until the cards are shipped out. We'll all be getting cards soon. You can buy gift cards from the mobile app and earn more Z-Bucks. I did not sign up to buy gift cards to shop with. I can buy gift cards anywhere, and just because they give Z-Bucks for doing so means nothing if you don't have anything to spend the Z-Bucks on. I can't keep selling these memberships if the TCMs have nothing to buy. My sponsor asked me how he can help me recruit 3 people fast. How about the product, the card? Which brings me back to my original point. A pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members via a promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme, rather than supplying investments or sale of products. So if the whole point of this is to sell cards, but you can also achieve it by recruiting, and there's no way to achieve this without recruiting, and no one had physical cards until after the company launched, and these people hit this rank nearly 2 weeks before launch, and remember, no cards till after launch, and the cards are the product, but the product doesn't seem to be the focus. Let me give you one more benefit of the doubt.
All right, so the power of growth. Right here, if you start this out and you do a power of 2 and you build it 62 total DBOs in your organization, it'd be about $2,139 you could make. The power of 3 would get to $12,000, which is $10,000 more. The power of 4, which would get to $47,000, that's $37,000 more. As you can see right here, the more the powers that you bring in 4, you teach them how to bring in 4. Your money grows and grows and grows. You bring in 5, you teach them how to bring in 5. You're making $134,000 per month, right? And powers of 6, you bring in 6, teach them how to bring in 6. That's $321,000 per month you could be making, which is $187,000 more.
Oh my God, I mean, when you put it like that, it makes so much sense. So it's like, if I just get 2 people to get 2 people, like that's not that much money. But like if I could get 6 people to get 6 people to get 6 people to get 6 people, and I just keep recruiting and recruiting and recruiting like a beast, after 13 levels of successful recruitment, I will literally run out of people on Earth. I mean, it's kind of like a subplot of Pinky and the Brain if you think about it. But if you've stuck around this long and you've listened to me ramble for nearly 10 minutes, what do you think? Do you think that TranzAct Card is a little pyramid schemey, or do you think it's a legitimate business opportunity? And gee willikers, I hope I don't have any wrong information. I literally took it from the DBOs themselves.